there's only one thing I'm struggling with. I have a great job, I have good friends, I have a good family. मुझे याद है ये words बोले थे आपने. Just एक ही चीज में struggle चल रहा है. Relationship and I don't know what to do. How many relationships did you go through? What was going on? What were the doubts you had in your mind about whether you'll attract a life partner or not?
I just went out on the road and everybody was on the road, but I had nobody to share my happiness with.
So you realized that as a pattern that the kind of men you were attracting was because the kind of person you were inside, a little bit confused.
Actually, love is easy. It is not difficult. It's very easy.
A lot of girls I've seen, they feel shattered when they break up. Almost like their identity is gone just because somebody left them. What would you share with them from your experience now about how to deal with that breakup this time?
Today's video is specially for those of you who want to attract love in your life. Do you want to attract an amazing life partner, or you already have an amazing partner but you want to improve your relationship? Today's video is for you. I'm interviewing one of my best students from Platinum membership. Her name is Pooja. When Pooja met me, she was not able to attract a life partner in her life. That was the main reason why she joined Platinum with us. She was struggling, she had already gone through multiple breakups, and she had definitely recognized a pattern that no matter what she was doing, she was breaking up in relationships and she was not attracting the right kind of people in her life. Even though she was very potential as a candidate for marriage. Successful, good looking, well behaved, well mannered, well educated, in every possible way, she's an amazing candidate for a perfect life partner. But in spite of that, attracting the wrong people in her life. Now, why was that happening? Wrong frequency. She was able to use law of attraction properly and upgrade her frequency, and in just a little period of time, she was able to attract her life partner. How much time? How did she do it? What techniques did she use? Want to know? I interviewed her recently in our Daily Magic Practice course, where there are more than 1,000 people learning every single day. During this interview, she shared with us how she was feeling before joining Platinum, what she did in Platinum to be able to attract her life partner, and how she's feeling today. And it's been more than 1 year to her marriage now. How is she maintaining that happiness in her life? She's spoken about that also. So let's learn from Pooja right now.
Welcome, Pooja, for a time where now you are going to inspire people with your Platinum results. Starting from that day when I remember you had joined and I remember you had asked me a question, there's only one thing I'm struggling with. I have a great job, I have good friends, I have a good family. मुझे याद है ये words बोले थे आपने. Just एक ही चीज में struggle चल रहा है. Relationship and I don't know what to do. From there, I think I'll let you tell people where you have reached today. But how are you feeling inspiring others with that inspiration today? Awesome. Let me unmute you again. You got it.
Super. First of all, thank you so much, Mitesh. So you remember me. I feel so loved already.
Of course, I remember you. Thank you. Thank you, Pooja.
I was emotional yesterday, but thank you so much for remembering me.
Of
And
course.
so much of love from everyone. It's like I feel blessed, truly blessed. Like शब्द नहीं है अभी, कितना thank you बोलोगे? It's like that.
We love you for that, Pooja. Thank you. And I thought of you because there were a few new Platinum members who have just joined recently.
Sure.
And they were asking the same question that you did. So I thought, why not just bring Pooja back and let her share the story instead of just talking about her story, let her tell the story. So I think let's start with that. Before you joined Platinum, what was the situation? Emotionally, where were you at that time? Financially, I think things were good at that time. You were already doing very well. But emotionally, from a relationship standpoint, where were you at that time? And for how long before joining Platinum? Let's start with that.
Okay. So this whole story started with Corona time. We all were conducive to an environment. I was also isolated for 8-9 months. And that year was very, very self-reflective, wherein it was very easy for me to say, अभी तो कोई मिल नहीं रहा है, तो क्यों ही शादी करना है? It's let it be, what's the point? So I went into that loop in 2020. And 2021, 6 months was in the loop. What's the point? मिल भी जाएगा तो लोगों के तो divorce ही हो रहे हैं, क्यों करना है, right?
Okay.
And there was a moment of prayer कि is my thinking right? And I think that's the time when I attracted you in my life.
Okay.
And that was the September month, I remember, of 2021. And I gifted Platinum to me as my birthday gift.
Oh, yes. Now I remember. You joined on your birthday. Amazing.
And it started with a small video of yours, जिसमें आप बॉम्बे के किसी टैक्सी में बैठे हो, for sure. And very old video.
Yeah,
and
very
you
old
said
video.
something about love. And I said, it's making sense, And I was trying to get through advanced law of attraction. I attended DMP for 5 days and I said, इससे नहीं होगा, I need to get into platinum. And
Okay.
that's how I got in touch with Indu ma'am. And she was gracious enough to say, ठीक है, just join it, and let's start with it.
Okay. But tell me, before
And
you join, emotionally,
uh-huh.
what space were you in at that time in terms of, because the reason I want you to share your pain with people and the problem part of it first, because then people can relate with you. Because otherwise, when we directly come to your story today and how happy you are today, sometimes it leaves people with a sense of whether that will happen with me or not. But I want them to know that where they are today, you were there once upon a time. So share with us a little bit about that pain that you went through. How many relationships did you go through? What was going on? What were the doubts you had in your mind about whether you'll attract a life partner or not? Talk a little about that first.
Okay. So I have actually kept this segment as MMM, Mitesh ka
Okay.
MMM. Okay.
Okay.
Now I call it M is mindset,
Right.
second M is manifestation, and
Right.
third M is maintenance. Right.
True.
And I go with that. So I'll
Okay.
start with mindset first.
Hmm.
So the mindset I came to you was I'm super successful.
Hmm.
The yang energy was super high. I used to feel very lonely. And since everybody was getting into something or the other, good or bad, I said, मुझे भी करके देखना है.
Hmm.
So the emotions were scattered. I was like a raita, followed everywhere, right? And I didn't had a reason
Hmm.
why I want to get into something like that. Because I was very happy, independent, right? I was getting a lot of exposure. I was traveling.
Professionally, you were doing well
It
at that time. You still are.
was good. Personally, I was doing very well.
Yeah.
Because I had good set of friends, parents were very supportive, everything was nice, but this little vacuum was
Hmm.
a little bit missing. And just before I gifted myself, platinum, I share a very small story because this is very important. So सब कहते हैं ना कि you need somebody to share your pains.
Right.
That's why you need to have a partner, right?
Hmm.
But just before September, I was in Hawaii. I had got an award from the chairman's office. And they said, a 6-day all-inclusive +1 award, go.
Okay.
It was 2 a.m. in the night. I was in Las Vegas. It was, I just went out on the road and everybody was on the road, but I had nobody to share my happiness with.
Hmm.
That kind of stuck me that this is not right. You can share your pain. I'm very intimate with my pain. I don't want to
You
show
can
my
be
pain,
alone with
but
it. Yeah.
yes, but happiness was something I was like, now this is something I really need help with,
Wow.
and I can't help myself. So let me ask, let me seek, right? And the people I was with that time were showing me, to all due credit to, because they love me so much, they all were like, why do you want to? You're already, it's a passing phase, it will go eventually, we all are alone, it's a
Right.
lone journey.
They're friends. They didn't want to see you sad, so they were pacifying you.
Yeah. Or they said ki, at this time it will be very rigid, you'll be very rigid, nahi hoega, kaun milega, and uske baad it will be. So there were a lot of limiting beliefs that I was
Right.
traveling
Had
with.
you already got into any relationships by then?
I was dating for a short period of time with
Hmm.
people, no respect to them. I think our frequencies were not matching.
Hmm.
So I would not say they were bad people, but maybe we were not meant to be together
Right.
because the values were
Were
not
not matching.
matching. So in fact, they were there, or they were here, I was here. Somewhere that attraction was not happening.
Right.
I think all because of the frequency was not matching.
That's true.
And I think एक example आपने relationship class में दिया था कि when you're hungry, you need to tell what you want to eat.
True.
I was hungry and I'm saying nobody's giving me food.
Hmm.
Ask food. What do you want to eat? And I was not asking. I was not being specific. So clarity was not there. What do I want to have?
Hmm.
Right? And I was miserable. I was confused. So this confusion was attracting people and men who were equally confused,
Equally
whether
confused.
or not.
So you realized that as a pattern, that the kind of men you were attracting was because the kind of person you were inside, a little bit confused.
Yes.
Hmm.
I was not
Interesting.
little bit, I was a lot of confusion because karna hai
Okay.
ki nahi karna hai. But the first thing that I learned in your class was, this is also great. Confusion is great because you have options. And that kind of gave me a bang. I'm like, this is mindset, right? How you
Yeah.
see at things. So
Yep.
I have options whether to go for it or not go for it.
Yep.
And from there, I think little, and I would say tools and techniques are still the secondary. The primary is mindset.
Yep.
So love is easy. It is
Mm.
not difficult. It's very easy. It's just that then I started sitting with myself, and you gave me an exercise. I remember one of the Sundays, sit with yourself and tell me how do you feel about it.
Mm.
I still remember, and I wrote down, am I a miserable person within myself? Do I need people to be with me? How am I? How do I entertain myself?
Right.
Do I get bored? Right? So I did these exercises, and that kind of made me realize that I'm a good person. I'm a nice person. I just want to show the world the value that I bring to the table. And not everybody will come to my table,
Mm.
which is fair enough.
So, your
I
first lesson when you joined Platinum, which helped you understand, if I may ask, what was the first thing you realized, other than the fact that you realized that, yes, I am attracting these men in my life because of which the frequencies are not matching? But what did you realize about the new learning which you're now mentioning, that if I have to really upgrade myself, I have to start loving whom first? What was that realization for you?
absolutely myself.
Mm.
So the question was, do I really love myself? And that loving myself, I remember, again, I'm sorry, I'm repeating a lot of the classes
Please
because
do.
now class is ingrained here. So I live.
Of
I
course.
didn't memorize, but I'm living it.
Yeah.
Was loving is not going to the parlor or having a spa or treating yourself with food.
Right.
Loving is be kind with yourself, be
Being
generous.
compassionate with
Be,
yourself. Yeah.
yeah, listen to what and the quick thing I'll say was from thinking to feeling. Is it
Mm.
feeling right? It's not thinking. Like, so giving an example nowadays, people say, ये 5 criteria अच्छा लग रहा है. I think it is nice, but does it
Right.
feel right? And I remember between September to December, I got few interest as well, and
Mm.
you were aware of it. So
Yep.
there were 2, 3 people who came into my life, and things didn't work with them. I think that was again the second point. Is it feeling right? Is
Yeah.
it coming from here? It was not coming from here.
Right.
And that's why I think 1st January, we had a breakup dance wherein I broke up with the person and said, it's not working, right?
So this is important. This is important. Once you joined Platinum, you realized that, okay, I need to work on my self-love. You started working on that self-love. Your frequency went up, so automatically you started attracting people. Now, what I want people to be present here from your story is, people feel that, okay, now everything is going to be set. I'm going to attract the right person. I'm going to be happily ever married. But that's not the test. The test is you attract another person in your life who may not match with your values. And
Yeah.
you said you broke up with this person. How
Yes.
long was after you joined Platinum? Was it 2 or 3 months or 6 months?
Yeah. So it took 3 months.
3 months.
Within 15 days, I attracted this person.
Right.
Within 2.5 months, I knew it is not going to
This is
work.
not matching.
It was
But the
giving me.
important part is, what was the quality of the breakup this time?
It was quick. It was not even 4 hours. I think we broke up in the live class, 2 p.m. Remember,
Right.
you said,
Right.
I'm going for the lunch, go break up. I went, I said, hello, it is not happening. And 4 o'clock, I said, sir, I have done it. And sir is like, okay, बहुत अच्छी बात है. अभी कुछ और करो, Sunday का
What
दिन.
was the post effect of that breakup? Did you go through a drama, trauma, all that?
Trauma was physical because I was down with COVID that time.
Right.
But that was only for 2 days.
That's right.
I was happy. I was like, I feel relieved. I feel happy because now my heart was in sync. My heart was like,
Mm.
ठीक है, अच्छा काम किया. So there was no looking back whether I did it right or wrong. It did not think wrong. It felt right that you did
Right.
a right thing.
What was
So
different when you broke up this time versus you did break up even before Platinum once in a relationship?
yes,
What was the difference in the quality of the breakup in terms of why did you break up this way? What was the shift in your mindset that made you be happy after a breakup?
fail fast.
Feel fast, very good.
Second was no complaining, no cribbing. I'm responsible
Mm.
for my emotions, right? So I take 100% responsibility of how I feel. I'm not feeling comfortable, I will get it out. So
Perfect.
the desperation button was off,
Wow.
clarity was coming in. So when I say confusion, there was confusion option A, option B. So option B was, at least I know what I don't want.
You were
So
clear also about that.
yes, I was very clear. This is what I don't want because this is not matching with what my values were.
Correct.
And that time, I think from 1st to 20th of January, I worked on my values.
Beautiful.
What
So after you broke up, you didn't go into your shell feeling bad about yourself, you continued that self-love and you started working on yourself about who you truly are and what your values are, discovering yourself more.
Exactly. And that also helped because I was doing a lot of NLP classes with the fellow, colleagues and platinum members. So it was contribution also, right? So
Yeah.
that was, again, giving love without
True.
any this thing, right? So that was, and everybody was so, there was no talk of, oh, you had a breakup, you are the girl, It was a different crowd
It was
because
normal.
it was normal, it was happy. And everybody was like, Are, let's do this, So
Hmm.
the 20 days were the best days. I looked after myself. I recovered very fast from COVID,
Beautiful.
very, very fast. The health was the best, I would say my hair, my skin, everything was great. I was
Amazing.
glowing. I'm like, wow, this is great.
Excellent.
It worked for me.
Amazing. So those girls who are listening to you right now, and especially the ones who probably have gone through a breakup right now, and they feel, a lot of girls I've seen, they feel shattered when they break up.
Uh,
Almost like their identity is gone just because somebody left them. What would you share with them from your experience now about how to deal with that breakup this time?
Can I give a spiritual answer? Because that's what Sahil sir taught us. I remember
Please.
in the he said, look, there are no accidents in universe. You need to accept that first.
That's right.
Breakup, marriage, relationship is just one milestone in the entire life. It's not your life.
True.
That's one of the projects which didn't work. That doesn't define you. That doesn't define you as a failure person. It's like one job didn't work because the manager was bad. That doesn't mean I'm
Amazing.
bad as a person, right? So that's just a milestone. And I remember that, and again, very, very thankful to Sahil sir because he gave some literally beautiful one-liners
Yeah.
and, with humor. He's like, अच्छा है, चला गया, 7 billion लोग हैं और एक track करो. I was like,
Amazing. So, those of you who don't know, Pooja is talking about our spiritual mentor, my spiritual mentor. I and Indu have been following him for about 20 years, and he comes to our platinum program sometimes to teach. And that's the lessons that she was fortunate to be live with, and that's the lesson she's talking about. So, you went through this breakup, you recovered really fast.
yeah,
What happened after that? Because you still wanted to attract love. Was
yeah.
there any desperation for the next relationship now that you had just broken up?
No.
No. So, what did you focus on during that time?
So again, I was working very, very categorically on my mindset. How am I? And during one of the sessions, you asked, what kind of person are you looking out for? This was for some other
Yep.
platinum member. And she said, I'm looking for this, 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 this. And this person is not liking me. It was a one-way traffic there. And you said, are you that person? And that kind of again struck to me that, oh yeah, I am asking that person to be, say, I want an honest person. But are you honest?
Mm.
Right? So I was like, oh yes. So if I want to attract somebody, am I that person? That person will be happy with me.
Amazing. So, if I want a humorous person, am I
Yeah.
humorous? If I want a successful person, am I successful?
Can I take humor? If I can't, then I'm like, why is he making fun of me? Right? And I'll be like in my shell,
Perfect.
it's making fun of me. So that was again kind of advanced LOA we were doing, I remember. And again, it was like a tapu moment. What are you thinking? Do it. So journaling, writing, making notes really helped. And I was only and only focused working. Am I that person?
Beautiful.
When I go in the room, do people really look to me?
Hmm.
You know, if they talk to me for the first time, it's not necessary for them to like me, but they should not hate me.
Am I easy to be with?
Am I easy to be with? And that's what I was coming to, that am I easy to be with, right? And I was only working on the mindset. And then something very beautiful happened.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to go to Calcutta for a wedding. And I was just sitting by myself with a coffee house and I was carrying my notebook as I always do. And I was writing option A, option B again. And I
Right.
said, universe, this time I'm in a wedding and I love weddings. I would
Mm.
love to be married someday. But if you don't want me to get married, option B. So option A is getting married.
Right.
And I remember you said,
Good.
remember, if you're getting married, what happens? So I'm like, if I get married, FTBA, exercise pura, this is,
Beautiful.
people come into my life, I'm spreading love, they like me, I'm easy, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But then, one day you said one of your relatives, I don't remember who specifically he was, you said he was into a very five-star Pune old age home
Yep.
in Lonavala somewhere,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And I called up that place.
You
And
did.
I did. I said, कितना लगेगा भाई साहब? मुझे 55 के बाद आना है. So
Okay.
I'm sure they thought I'm an idiot calling them. But then I called up my CA and I said, बॉस देखो 55 के बाद मेरे को इसका जरूरत लग सकता है, बताओ कितना पैसा है और अभी कितना लगेगा. He said, why? I said, don't ask why, just give me the number. And he said, ये number चाहिए होगा, considering the inflation. So practical things done, right?
Very
ये
good.
लगेगा. I said, okay, great. So what I did was I wrote that. So
I
option
didn't know you did this exercise. This is crazy. You actually
no,
made a plan B to be happy without marriage? Wow.
I wrote it in my diary. I have it. I'll show you next time.
Amazing.
And I have it. And I said, okay, option one, I'll have a great life. I'll travel to these many countries. I'll look after my health. I'll be super fit because at 55, till 55, I have to travel. I need to be,
Right.
in certain health shape. I will take care of parents. I will get them this, that, and I'll make a lot of friends. I'll learn a new language, everything I did,
Right.
which I can still do while being married. But this is something. And at
In
50,
case I don't get married, I will still do these things. Beautiful.
I don't want, and I also have a funeral fund, by the way. So if I die, people should come to my funeral, have
Wow.
a party, don't cry, have a party and go.
That's
I
like
had
a
a menu,
platinum magician.
and I had a menu set. So that menu, I gave it to my brother and my best friend. They actually thought I'm.
You've gone crazy, obviously.
Yeah, I let you keep
How
it
many of
very.
you think, like right now, all of you who are listening to her right now, wouldn't you think she's crazy if she came to you and said, on my funeral, this is the list that I want you to order the food for my funeral. Make sure so these many guests are there. And this is the money, it's already arranged. Make sure it's a 5-star funeral. I mean, you'd go crazy thinking, why is she saying all this? But that's the beauty. The message here from her is very important. She had a plan till the time she would die to be happy with or without marriage. Now, that's a sign of truly Pooja loving Pooja. I think you truly decided to marry yourself here.
Yeah,
That was amazing.
absolutely. You said you only taught us, that first marry yourself, first love yourself, right? And cut to, I came from Calcutta back from the wedding. And during the wedding, my mother took me to a place and she said, this is a Calcutta red sari, beautiful sari. Why don't you just buy it? I was like, Mom. So I like, why not? Yeah. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
manifest this also. Focus on option A also. I was like, let's take it. We picked up a very expensive Banarsi sari.
Beautiful.
And second day, I get a message from the matrimonial portal that I'm supposed to close because it's a useless one. And like,
Okay.
इससे कुछ होने वाला है, मैं इसको बंद करने वाली हूँ. जिसको जब आना है वो तो आ जाए. My doors are open, my
Okay.
windows are come. लेकिन ये portal बकवास है, मुझे नहीं करना. I swear I was about to cancel and delete my
Shut that
profile.
account.
And suddenly I get a pop-up from this gentleman now who I'm married to. And he says, hi. I was like, whatever. I like, yeah, whatever. But then I said, no, Pooja, behave. You need to be nice. Let's have a conversation.
Welcome.
So I said, okay, hi. And, he got my number and of course he started texting. So I was so busy with option B, right? Ki pesa, yang energy again, you know. So typical yang
Fully
energy.
detached with this goal right now.
हाँ, कि नहीं ये जरूरी है, पहले ये पैसा 55 के बाद वाला जरूरी है. I completely 3-4 days I avoided the chat. As like, I'm running, I'm in my gym, I don't want to talk and blah blah blah. And then I said, Pooja, the mindset again kicked in. What is the value that you bring to the table? Even if you don't want to say yes or no, can you please go and have a respectable conversation?
Beautiful.
And every time, trust me, when I do this, I think what my mentor will think about me. Ki Pooja did this. She's not my student. You should say that, yeah, I'm proud of her. She did this. She held it graciously. I said, okay, let's have a conversation.
Very good.
And I had a conversation with him. It was supposed to be 10 minutes, but it went for 2 hours.
On the phone?
On the phone.
On the phone. 2 hours, okay.
I said, koi nahi, at least we have 2-3 things, common. And kuch nahi to, we had a good conversation. It was okay. But then the conversation started building up. So it was February. So February, March, it was all conversation. I told him, so I wanted to test him. I was like, "Ek kaam karo, mera hopno ka session hai, aa jao." So he came for
You
7 days.
wanted to test him in hope, no
Yeah,
session. That is crazy.
did that also. And all I knew, he started using on me. Okay, to attract.
Ah, smart guy. Because you had not said yes to him yet. So he came
Yeah.
to your hope, no, started using it on you.
So he
Wow.
said yes on the day one that I'm gonna patana to mujhe isi ko hai. And for
Okay.
me, it was, see, my practical brain thought ki a cultural difference. I'm a North Indian, he's a South Indian. We had a two-state marriage.
Oh,
Language will be a problem. Cultures will be an issue. How will my parents, talk to their parents, etc. So there were a lot of things that were in
right.
this. I'm like, kaise hoega? But hey, one more thing I did when during that Calcutta exercise, I wrote top 5 non-negotiables.
Hmm.
Till now, I was very clear what my need was,
Right.
not my want, but what my need was, what I would like to have.
Correct.
And so March happened, and it was all, I was like, "Abhi thode din mein, I need to tell him, it's okay, boss, it can't happen." Cut to 24th of April, I had a major slip disc. I was hospitalized. If you remember, I had sent you a message as well. I was hospitalized for 4 days, 5 days, and the only person who flew all the way was him. My parents
Interesting.
come, and he came to the hospital.
Hmm.
And in the reception, he's writing, "I'm her husband, let me in." Because they knew I was alone as a
Whoa.
patient.
This is like the universe conspired you to have that slip disc problem. You had to be in the hospital. He had to be there and he had to say that. Wow.
And those 4 days, he saw the worst of me, right? I was crying, I was abusing, I was
Hmm.
literally yelling because I was so much in
You were in
pain.
pain.
In the worst. So I said, इसने मुझे worst में देख लिया, मेरा best तो ये बहुत ही मजे से, I will be the best, that way. I was very
Good.
confident. So those 4 days I decided this is going to be it. That's
Wow.
it. But then the real thing was for the parents, what to
So
do.
hold on. It was the most 4 painful days of your life which made you decide that you want to be with him.
Yes.
What a blessing in disguise. Sometimes we think we have a curse that you were having a slip disc and got hospitalized, but I remember we say nothing is a curse, everything is a blessing. I think this is a remarkable example of that. Beautiful, amazing. So, what happened after that?
So after that was again a very short love story between my mother and the son-in-law. The interview happened for 5 hours, and my
Whoa,
mother.
your mom interviewed him for 5 hours?
Yeah, my mother is like, "ये लड़का कौन है जो hospital में 4 दिन में? Who is this boy?"
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And and all she was doing was she was actually telling him that how my daughter is so angry all the time. She's this, she's that, she's very stubborn. How will you handle? And he's like, "कर लूंगा, सभी होते हैं, आप नहीं होते क्या?" And I'm like, what is happening for 5 hours? I was very
She's
inquisitive.
de-selling himself and he's selling it back to her.
Yeah, and like, नहीं नहीं मैं कर लूंगा, आप टेंशन मत लो, मैं हूं ना टाइप्स वैसा. And July my mom met him.
Mhm.
August I met the parents, and trust me, I want to share the story. August I met the parents, 31st August I remember, and in Chennai. I was shit scared. I was like, I don't know what is happening because I
Mm.
don't know whether they will accept me first. I'm not their religion, I'm not their culture, I'm not talking the same language. But sir, something happened. It was like, it was when it comes from here, you know,
Yeah.
they saw me and they're like, "We bought sweets for you. Let's go
Wow.
and eat." I'm like, huh? No hi, no hello, let's go. And it's like, it deal done hai. Chalo. I was like,
Cool. So
the
it was
only
effortless. There was no struggle in that.
effortless effort. It was no effort. And when both the families also met, they're not understanding each other's language. One is talking in Hindi, one is talking in Tamil. Both are saying thank you, sorry, please, ले लीजिए. And I'm like, ये चल क्या रहा है? And they're like, इनका engagement करा दो, right?
Wow.
September we got engaged, and September I remember again important day. September we had our first platinum meet in Sheraton.
One day miracle meet.
One day miracle meet. I was sitting at the Black again. That is my favorite hall. Miracle Meet halls are the best powerhouses. I sat behind it. I said, "Okay, can I get married, please, universe? Can you conspire? Because now I think I'm sorted. I want to get married. I would like to get
Right.
married."
Wow. So there was
Option.
clarity this time.
Yeah, option A. I would like to go.
Beautiful.
And I hope he can join the call. He was very tempted to join the call, but I think he's on a call.
Okay.
He told me this very categorically. He said, I don't have money to get married. Okay, so I don't know
Oh,
whether how will the expenses be. This is in September.
interesting.
And I went to Pune and I said the date was still not fixed. I said, don't worry, we'll do something. And this is how I told the universe, I would like to get married, do something. And I came back. And October 1st, he's telling me that he got work worth the marriage and the honeymoon both. All the expenses covered.
Whoa.
Only doing hope, no.
Wow. This is crazy.
Right? And the second platinum meet in December was the day of my marriage.
Day of your marriage. I remember it was a beautiful moment. I can never forget that moment. For those
I
of you
was
who don't know, we do one day miracle meet once in a year where we meet all our platinum members live. And I remember these girls, Lakshmi, and some of these girls who are part of platinum.
Ansha, yeah.
For a surprise, they just got me this laptop, and there was a Zoom call going on that laptop, and they said, "Surprise, sir!" And they turned around that laptop, and there you were in your wedding dress, and you were looking gorgeous. I still remember you were getting your makeup done. I think you were in the front of the mirror,
Yeah.
and what a beautiful sight that
Smiling
was.
at you, like, oh my God, this man changed my life forever, ever. So
Congratulations, Pooja. That moment is still in my subconscious, and I'll always remember that. The way you inspired everybody that day, that if you can fall in love with someone with all that you thought that you couldn't do before and you could make it happen, then anybody can. This was a beautiful
exactly.
story.
Yeah, just listen to sir. Just have a blinker on whatever he says. Just listen to that. Don't listen to anyone else. I think it will just work fabulously. And one more thing I want to tell you that till the time of my marriage, I never manifested marriage with Muthu, who's my husband now.
Hmm.
I said I want to have a good marriage. I want to have a healthy marriage,
Wow.
and those 5 criterias which
So
got
you
met.
focused on the end result. You didn't focus on the process of what kind of a person he would be and all of that.
Yeah, because Indu ma'am once said in the call, I remember that I only manifested a good marriage. I didn't manifest Mitesh. So
Yep.
only focus on that. Don't
Yep.
focus on that particular person.
Person.
That kind of was into my head till the time I was getting into the mandap. Trust me. Like,
Wow.
अच्छा marriage चाहिए भगवान किसी से भी करा दे. And he was there.
Amazing. But tell
So
me
this-
one more thing. You
yeah,
worked, I remember when you came, one of the reasons you were not attracting a person in your life, if you remember, was also because of your yang energy, as you spoke about it. Where
yes.
your male energy was so strong, your masculine energy was very strong, and that's why you are also successful in your life. That served you. What shifted in your life, especially in your marriage now, when you developed that yin energy in you? And I think that was one of the major reasons why you attracted someone like him, because you developed that yin energy. But how did that yin energy help you after the marriage? Because a lot of people only talk about till the day they got married and like, wow, I got married. But what happened after that?
So mindset, manifest, and
Hmm.
now right? MMM. So
Good. So comes the maintenance part of the marriage now. Very good.
maintenance was all about mindset. So mindset, I always give 40%. Manifest तो आप कर ही लोगे, which is 20, because tools and techniques करोगे हो जाएगा. But 40 again is the maintenance. कैसे करोगे उसको आगे? Because it's like आपको 100 रुपए मिल गया है, you are very happy, but उसको grow कैसे करोगे? नहीं तो वो खत्म हो जाएगा एक दिन. आप फिर
Very
से
good.
बन जाओगे. So I remember always, as you always say, money will not make you happy. If you're happy, you'll make money.
That's true.
Started working on the mindset again, went back to learning the love language of the other person and telling him this is my love language. So communication was very important. All thanks to your
You
relationship.
remember that?
Of course,
Wow.
I live with it. I don't remember. I live. It is ingrained
Wow.
in my cell now. And I remember it was difficult to first make him understand what I'm going. So we both. He has dated few people. I've dated few people, but we have never been into a relationship per se.
Hmm.
So initial period was difficult, but then you know what? Since I manifested the man from here, and the man listened to me, and I said, let's do a 5OB. So we did
Beautiful.
a 5OB. And I said, look, this is the part of control where my yang is high and his yang was, that control part was low.
Of course, that's why you attracted him. That was a beautiful compliment.
Yes. So I said, let's work on this. So then we again did the owl exercise and the tortoise
Yes.
exercise. And we said, this is how we want to be. Let's do one thing. Let's take a pause whenever we are in a situation or we have to take a decision. let's try who will take the lead. We take that call.
Mm,
The rules were set, the rules of the relationship,
beautiful.
right? So, and then of course the vanity part of it. So the pearls came into picture, uh,
Excellent.
the colors came into picture,
The
the dress,
makeup started.
the makeup started, the hair were open. So that was the vanity part of it. That
That was the yin energy developing in you.
I'll wear more saris.
Wow.
I'll see again. The thing is, I will present myself the best.
Yeah.
This is the value that I bring to the table. Now, since I've
Beautiful.
attracted it, he needs to know the person that he's attracted. So he should
Wow.
also feel value, that this is
So
the
it's
value.
not like just because I'm married now I don't have to
Yeah,
look beautiful for him. You are still being the best for him from the
correct.
time you met him till the time it is now, because you still give your best to him, even as a yin energy, not just yang. Wow.
So your honeymoon is going till now. I have manifested 50 wedding anniversaries. Right. So I am on my first year. I have 49 more to go.
Amazing.
I need
Congratulations for that.
invest in myself. And again, marriage also is, I always say, wedding is easy, marriage is difficult because it
Yeah.
requires a lot of work.
A lot of work.
And actually, work started after the wedding day.
True.
Every single day's work, but now NLP ticks in because now there is no compromise or sacrifice. There is manage, I'll maneuver, I'll work it out, let's talk, let's be open, let's be flexible, right? So we maneuver through it again because the manifestation was right. So maintenance part is easy.
Beautiful.
Having said that, I need to again remind myself, your yang is going high. Can you relax? Can you take it easy? Let
Good.
him take over and say, I don't know. Please do it. Right?
So you let him take lead many times and let his yang energy be developed.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
And sometimes it's great to have that yin energy. It's such a positive, creative force
Yeah.
a positive yin, which
Yeah.
I never felt.
And where you let go and you depend on him for a change and you let him take the lead. That's
Because
beautiful.
orientation call, you told me that, your yin is down and, this is the way, this is how it needs to be done. And it made perfect sense for me. But the idea is thinking again that this is making sense and experiencing it is a different thing.
Yeah. True. But thank you for bringing up that point because, when I started thinking of interviewing you and talking about your results, I didn't even think about this point, which you said, the third M, which is the maintenance, that if you would have not learned those skills that you did with NLP, relationship mastery, the 5OB that you learned about, the love language communication, the rules, all of that, I think, as you correctly said, that's a quote I'm going to steal from you. Marriage is easy, but the part of the
Wedding
wedding is difficult,
is easy,
which is
marriage.
so, yeah, this is such an amazing, easy quote. Like, say that again. Say that
Okay, this is
again.
my life coaching students.
No, say that again. I loved it.
Wedding is easy, marriage is difficult.
Marriage is difficult. Beautiful statement. I'm going to steal that. And you
Okay.
said it beautifully because after marriage starts the real work. And because you had developed those skills in relationships in Platinum, is why you were able to maintain that beautiful relationship for so long now. Tell us, if you would have not learned those skills in Platinum, what do you think would have happened in a normal person's life? Because marriage would have still been marriage. Maybe you would have still attracted Muthu, but then what would have happened? Because now you know in 1 year the kind of conflicts you've gone through, the kind of fights you've gone through. Everybody does. But if you didn't have this arsenal of skills with you, what would have happened?
I'll give a very simple example. So the top 5 qualities I wrote, one of the quality was the man needs to be sensitive. He should have the ability to cry, right?
Wow.
And that's the beautiful part about him. Now imagine if I would have not learned myself to be sensitive.
Yeah.
I would have told him, oh, why is he behaving like a girl? Why is he
Mhm.
doing like this? And when I'm crying, he's also, upset what kind of man he is.
Mhm.
Simple. And this is Rosemary ka jhagra. This is not a this is
Yeah.
Rosemary. Something will happen,
Something
or
is happening.
and you're like, why? So I asked for that sensitivity. So I need to reciprocate and respect that sensitivity in the other person. That great, we think alike, and he's sensitive in the areas where I need it the most
Wow.
sometimes. So as a friend, when he comes and tells me, it's okay, हो जाएगा, इतना क्या tension में लेना है?
Wow.
And अरे हाँ यार, why am I getting so hyper about it? I know he's there, हो जाएगा.
Amazing.
तो अगर नहीं होता, So this controlling, especially because most of our 5OBs were average, we were good.
Mm,
Controlling part was the red flag.
right.
Because I realized the red flag, now I know it is playing and I can stop myself. Don't do it.
Amazing.
Otherwise, it will culminate into a different thing altogether.
Excellent. Excellent. Awesome. This is so beautiful the way you've maintained. And I think it's been what, more than 1 year now?
1 year, 8 months.
1 year, 8 months. Amazing. Congratulations. I think we're going to call you back very soon to be a platinum marriage coach, where you can come and coach the other ladies in the platinum group about how they can now develop their Aryan energy. Because who better to teach than the one who's already practiced and mastered it by now?
I have all learned from you and Indu ma'am. I'm just following what you said.
Time for you to come back and be a platinum facilitator now.
Thank you. Why not? Yes, definitely. But
Looking
time for
forward
me
to
to
it.
first start DMP again, because thank you to everybody here. I've been doing DMP from past 3 days now, and I'm missing it so much. It's so important to attend DMP, if not anything else. I think it just keeps you the maintaining frequency.
Yep.
That really helps.
Amazing. So before we leave, last part. First of all, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to make sure that Muthu watches this video, because the last part where you were complimenting him, I'm sure his chest is going to swell up, talking about the way you're talking about him with all that romance and love in your eyes. Everybody could see that. How many of you could see that, by the way, right? So I'm sure he's going to love it when he hears all that. And before we leave, what do you want to say to those people who are thinking, especially women? Because a lot of women invest in others a lot. Like they invest in their family, they invest in people around them, but very few of them do what you did. You invested in yourself on your birthday. What would you tell people about joining Platinum? Because I want people to know Platinum is not just any sale for me that a person joins as a customer and gives me some money and it's done. What would you tell people about this decision of even those people who are thinking that in the long term they're going to come into Platinum? What kind of a decision is this and what impact it can have on their life?
So first of all, forget Platinum. That's secondary. First thing is, if you really love yourself, itna sabi, if you really respect yourself, invest in yourself.
That's beautiful.
When we go outside, there's so much of information out there right now. If you go to YouTube, there are hundreds of videos, people telling you relationship guidance, and you never know whether it works or not.
Right.
Here you have a mentor, a teacher who's actually covering you for life. It's not only for 15 days or 1 month that you paid, it's for life. Whenever we have hit a patch, the first thing is, sir, say, come to me. Don't apply your brain. You come to me, and because it will be solved like this, I know that. I have that confidence in him. So Platinum is the way of life. Platinum is not a course.
Yeah, it's not a course. Thank you for saying that.
It's a lifestyle that
Yeah.
we live, right? So when I say I live life Platinum standard, I mean it.
Wow.
You know, I'm talking all your class stuff because I've not memorized. I live it every single day.
Absolutely. And I can see that, and I'm super proud of you for that, Pooja.
Thank you. And one last thing is not only for girls, sir, but even when Muthu and I have these deep conversations during our travel, even men have the same thing, you know. And if we keep male and female aside, I think everybody's seeking love.
That's
They
true.
want that validation. They want love. They want acceptance. But the first question should be, do we love ourselves? Do we accept ourselves? So master affirmation, I love and accept myself exactly the way I am. And I love and honor myself is very important. You know, and then Platinum will do the job. 2 steps and you're sorted.
Amazing. Congratulations, Pooja. Looking forward to having you back in Platinum now with full speed, more participation, more facilitation from your side, you being a coach this time and helping the newer Platinum members.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Lovely
Most
talking.
welcome.
to you. I miss
Same
the
here.
class so much. Thank you.
Hey, was that amazing? Isn't that amazing how she was so dedicated and sincere in practicing law of attraction? Did you realize many things she spoke and many times she said it that I have imbibed law of attraction so much that it has become part of me. That's the best part about people like Pooja. They are growing in their life because they are growing their frequency. Listen, if you are the same person you were 5 years before, if you are the same person you were last month, then you will continue to have the life that you had last month. You will continue to have the life that you had 5 years ago. A lot of people ask me this question: why is my life not changing? Why is my life not upgrading? Why am I not attracting love? Maybe because we haven't changed. One of the lessons that Pooja was talking about, which we teach in our relationship mastery course, is be the person you want the person to fall in love with. Exactly what does that mean? Example, what she was talking about, If I want a person who in my life should be humorous, ask yourself, am I humorous? If I want someone who's rich, ask yourself, am I rich? If we are not the kind of person we want to attract, then what is happening here? Frequency is not matching. Frequency doesn't match, results don't happen, right? I hope you learned a lot from Pooja today. And if you would also love to learn like Pooja and be part of our Platinum membership program, there's a link below this video in the description. Click on that link quickly and register right now. I will give you a detailed understanding on why people like Pooja in our Platinum program are able to achieve 10 years of success in 1 year. Yes, we have so many case studies of people who were struggling for 10 years, and within 1 year, they've been able to achieve those goals which they were not able to achieve for many, many years of their life. But how? Want to know? You also want to achieve 10 years of success in 1 year? Click on the link below quickly and register and watch me and come and meet me in the Platinum Membership Introduction Program. See you there. Subscribe to the channel quickly and hit the bell icon. So next time we do amazing interviews like this, you definitely get a notification. And do you think you have a friend of yours who also wants to attract love in their life? In that case, share Pooja's interview with them so they can also be inspired. See you soon in the next video. Bye.